Today I am interviewing Alfonso Bucero of the Bucero PM Consulting International Organization. Alfonso, in a few words, how would you describe yourself?
I describe myself as a project professional. I have been a project practitioner during the last 34 years in project management worldwide. So I'm based on trying to have a positive attitude all the time. In fact, my principles are passion, persistence, and patience, and I am trying to get implemented worldwide.
What is your purpose that sustains your work?
What is my purpose? My purpose is just to facilitate companies in order to achieve better project success by changing their attitude. This is my purpose. So my purpose is just helping organizations about changing their attitude for project success in order to do much more excellent and successful projects. It is one of the things that I really believe is just the attitude is very, very important. Positive attitude is really crucial for project success in organizations. So I'm usually expanding this type of behavior, delivering training courses and webinars, and also delivering presentations. And when I am managing a project, I am trying to maintain my attitude all the time.
Describe the guiding principle behind all that you do.
Everything that I do, I am trying to do it consistently. I mean, I am trying to use all the time my authenticity. I really say what I believe, and I'm trying to practice it with integrity. I mean, doing what I really said. So the thing is just I am not promising things that I cannot achieve, and try to be careful in all the times, all the type of things that I am promising to people when I am really committed with a customer in a project. It is because I am trying to accomplish all the type of things that I am planning to be delivered. So the thing is just my guiding principles are, my 3 P's, obviously, as I told you before, passion, persistence, and patience. And, passion means, my enthusiasm. So I'm enthusiastic people in terms of delivering all my activities as a project manager with enthusiasm. When I am consulting organizations, I am trying to contage people about enthusiasm all the time. On the other hand, I am using my persistence because not the first time that I am trying to do something, I am so successful. So I am trying to be persistent like a mosquito and trying to get it done as much as I can. And patience also. Obviously, sometimes it's difficult because, not all the people is evolving and moving forward at the same pace. But I am using my 3 P's as my guiding principle of my life. Every time I do, when I am writing a book, I had the opportunity to write some books, several books with Randy, and it was really, really wonderful to exchange things and, exchange ideas and thoughts and behaviors and, living different experiences together, managing projects, delivering trainings and so far. So this is my guiding principle, my 3 P's.
What leadership traits demonstrated by others have most impacted your career?
One of them has been also integrity, So I have examples from different colleagues that they are, doing what they say, and, they are demonstrating really that they really care about project management. So one of the things that I try to do is just to follow people who really believes in project management. So I think it is one of the things that I strongly recommend to young people or to new project managers is just to follow people that are adding value to you, positive people with positive attitude and this type of thing. So another thing is just I was contagious about taking the initiative of going beyond your comfort zone. So going beyond your comfort zone is very, very important for me. So this is one of the things that I was attracted by, presenters in congresses and other project managers trying to manage international things, international projects, and so on. So I was really impressed about the amount of things that you can learn as a project manager and the amount of things that you never are conscious about how you can't, perform this type of activities when you are in stress mode or this type of thing. So being quiet and being under control of yourself in terms of your emotions, controlling your emotions, is another thing that I really, discover from several colleagues in my career.
Where do you see most organizations struggling to achieve more from their projects?
Well, I think that most organizations are struggling with, by achieving, much more from their projects, mainly because I think that in many organizations, what happens is that they are looking for project managers just being certified, and being certified, any type of certification is good because it's relying to you to to perform, to know, to perform, and to share, the practices of the standards. But beyond of that, there are some other skills that can, help you to be much more complete as a project manager. So there are many, for instance, soft skills that need to be performed, need to be delivered, and need to be learned along your career, and you need to exchange the thing with people. For instance, activities or skills like negotiating. Negotiating is very important. It's crucial for project managers, right? So the thing is just that some people are not spending time, in training people in those skills, sales skills. Everybody need to be able to sell yourself, not only doing things as a project manager, but also trying to demonstrate that you can get the buy-in from anybody else, from your executives or whatever. Another thing that obviously is an obstacle is, the lack of sponsorship training in organizations. And there are many organizations in which, the role of the sponsor or not exist or is not performed in the appropriate way. So I had the opportunity to write with Randall Englund several books, and one of the books is called Project Sponsorship, Achieving Management Commitment for Project Success. And in reality, the reality is that many organizations should achieve much better commitment from executives in order to be more successful, because in many occasions they discover that they don't have any idea about how to help, because they see and they contemplate project managers as the only role being played in managing projects, and the thing is that executives can help.
In your opinion, what factors would best optimize organizational performance?
It is not only necessary just to manage a project and to train project managers, but also organization needs to know much more about how to create the right environment for project success. And this is one of the things that, I had the opportunity to share and to be a practitioner is the model from Dr. Graham and Randall Englund about his book on creating an environment of successful projects. And it was one of the things that impacted to me, because it's not only a question of knowing the skills that a project manager has, it's a question also about in which environment you are running. Are you in an environment in which, you have a toxic atmosphere in which, not all the people can share what they believe or they cannot exchange? Are you in an environment in which, project management is very important? Do you have definition of project managers? There are many, many pieces to find out. So I think organizations can do much more, and they need to see that project management is a discipline. It's not just for project managers, it's for the whole organization. So this is one of the things that I would like to underline here.
How do you believe professionals can best advance their careers, and why?
As a profession, project management training or project management learning never ends, So I would like to be more and more complete. And in fact, when I am working with Randy delivering training courses or doing seminars or consulting, we are getting more complete. So the thing is just, in order to be more complete, you need to spend some time. So the thing is just, professionals need to have a career plan. They need to develop their career plan and trying to execute it. But first of all, it's just spend some time about where you are. So this is my suggestion: where you are and where you want to be. months or in a few period of time, and how to design which steps you need to cover in order to increase your development and growing up as a professional.
What advice would you pass along to project managers and their sponsors?
First thing in project management is being able to manage people. So listening to people is crucial. I think is regardless the type of methodology you are using, regarding the organization in which you are performing a project, try to listen. Open your ears. I remember my father that passed away many years ago, and he told me that we have 2 ears and only one mouth. And the thing is just that many people are using, his or her mouth much more than their ears. And this is one important advice, right? Listen, listen, and listen, and be able to understand people and to be understood, right? Use your enthusiasm because you are supposed to be a leader. So if you are a leader, you need to be able to contage people about positive things, about encouraging this project can be done and move forward. You can do it because you are excellent. And being or telling that you are excellent doesn't mean that you are Superman or Superwoman. It does mean that you are, ready to move forward one more round in the wheel of your life, in the wheel of your experience, and this type of thing, right? So be persistent, be authentic, practice integrity. This is another thing. And there is another sentence that is very, very used by myself, that is, today is a good day, but tomorrow will be even better if you are dedicating some time to develop yourself. You are dedicating some time listening to other people and learning from each other. Learning from each other is one important advice.
Anything else you would like to add?
First of all, I would like to thank you this interview because it's for me an honor to be interviewed and to share my thoughts and my career. I would like to add that project management is my life. I mean, project management is not only my profession. Project management is my hobby. So I really enjoy it every time that I do something regarding project management. I don't care if I'm writing or teaching or talking or sharing. I am trying to help organizations now. I'm running a very nice project in which I had the opportunity to work with different generations. Remember that is the first time in the 21st century in which we as professionals need to work with different 5 generations. Diversity is very, very important. So the type of abilities and skills that you need to develop is becoming more and more important to understand everyone and to be respectful. So this is another thing. The first quality that any leader or any professional needs to develop is respect. So my final message is respect yourself, take care of yourself, use my 3 Ps, passion, persistence, and patience, and just to remind you that today is a good day, but tomorrow will be even better. Bye now. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing this information, and have a great day.